as rumors of wars are heating up. Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakakradash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, of Great Millstone, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered to the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And I say shalom to you Akim out there. And this is another sit-down lesson in the news, and another update on this issue between China and the United States of Nancy Pelosi possible visit of Taiwan on Tuesday or Wednesday, I believe, as wars and rumors of wars, nations rising against nations, increasing now more than ever. And this is a news article from RT.com World News, published on August the 2nd, 2022. And the highlight of this news article, and it reads, China issues warning over possible Pelosi visit. Beijing is fully prepared to respond if U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi travels to Taiwan, Chinese UN info says. It says a possible visit of U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to the self-governed island of Taiwan will determine relations between China and the United States. Beijing ambassadors told the UN Zhang Jun has said. Media reports have suggested that Pelosi, who is the third in line to the U.S. presidency, could land in Taiwan on Tuesday, becoming the most high-ranked American officials to visit an island since 1997. Such a visit is apparently dangerous and proactive, if I pronounced it right. Zhang Jin said during a briefing on Monday. It says, amongst other things, it would send a wrong signal to the separatist elements in Taiwan, infringing on China's sovereignty and territorial integrity, threatening peace and stability in the region, and underlining the relationships between China and the United States. He added, China is fully prepared to respond if the U.S. insists on making the visit. China will take firm and strong measures to safeguard its national sovereignty and territorial integrity, and the U.S. has to bear all the serious consequences arising thereof, the involved warning. Wow, this is like the third time China sent a message to the United States on Nancy Pelosi, the House Speaker of the United States, of a potential visit to Taiwan on Tuesday, either Tuesday or Wednesday, I believe, because she went from taking her trip to Asia, was in Malaysia, I believe, and right now she's in Malaysia, I believe, because she visited Singapore already. Now she's visiting Malaysia after her visit from Malaysia, and I believe she's going to go to Taiwan island. So, as the China's UN envoy says, he made it plain clear that China is sending a strong message for the third time. Hey, this might shake the relations between China and the United States as tensions continues to high. Tensions goes high, increasing now more than ever. And China says they're going to take firm action and necessary strong measures to let the United States know that, hey, you tapping into in our business, because we look at Taiwan is still part of us, still part of China, even though they're got their own island in the East Sea of Taipei, Taiwan. So these tensions are going to increase now more than ever as China more boldly sending more warning shots to the United States, And it goes into the nations rising against nations once again. It's increasing now more than ever, and we're seeing increasing signs of it in the last days, of these wars and rumors of wars. And definitely against nations as well too. Matthews 24:6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. That's what we're hearing right now. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And I'm going to hit that Mark 13:7, the precept to this. Mark 13:7, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Be ye not troubled, for such things must need be, but the end should not be, right? Because you got more prophecies are still coming. You still, current prophecies you still seeing as well too. It's taking place on the planet Earth, That the World War III, which is imminent, is coming very soon, and we've seen signs of that. Of these nations building up tensions against one another, clashing against one another on an economic standpoint, political, geopolitical standpoint, verbal standpoint, economic standpoint, and it's going to get to a physical standpoint as well too. That's why you're seeing a lot of these wars and rumors of wars continually to increase, and the kingdoms against kingdoms and the nations against nations as well too, as I mentioned in previous times, and it's definitely increasing, And this is the book of Revelations, chapter 11, verse 14, and verse 14 in the book of Revelations in the Holy Scriptures, and it reads, the second woe is past, behold, the third woe coming quickly. Right, because we're seeing the signs of the third woe coming quickly, I believe it was a spokesperson, I forgot what, I don't know, he was from the I don't know if he was the UN. He was the spokesperson of the UN, United Nations, I believe. I forgot his name, but he made that statement. He said nuclear war is going to be nuclear war is going to be a heavy atrocity, if it approaches. And he's right about that, because we're entering in that time of World War III is going to be coming, because we're seeing signs of that, because you see with the Russia-Ukraine situation, and the United States aid them like $55 more million in military aid, and then you're seeing the tensions going on in the South China Sea, Then you see the tensions between Iran and Israel, and Israel versus Iran versus the United States. Then you got the Palestine-Israel conflict. You got tensions between Hezbollah and Israel over the oil dispute over there in Lebanon, I believe, if I'm correct about that information. So yeah, you're seeing a lot of things intensifying and increasing between these nations. I mean, don't get me wrong, even though we've been hearing these things for quite a while now. We're so used and accustomed of these things, but these things are definitely been increasing throughout the years, with the proxy wars, nations of adversaries been quite some while now, but now it definitely been increasing, so that's showing you signs and indications right there of an imminent WW3. That's why I brought out Revelations 11 and 14, because we're seeing signs of that. We are definitely living in the book of Revelations, And it's definitely seeing it right in front of our eyes, So with that, I just wanted to bring out this another update of China sending a third warning once again. They very boldly with it. If Nancy Pelosi visit Taiwan, either it be today or Wednesday. I'm not for sure if that's fully 100% true or confirmed that she's going to visit Taiwan today. And China sent that direct, strong message saying you're tapping of the ties between Taiwan and China. And, United States dipping your business because like, mentioned before in my previous videos, United States is an unofficial, strong alliance with Taiwan, And I believe it was a bill passed in Congress, I believe. I believe they in the process to passing it and approving it of more arms sales to Taiwan. So that if that goes through, so that builds tensions between China and the United States even more now than ever, And China made that statement saying, hey, we're gonna take any strong measures necessary to prevent this, between the China and Taiwan situation, and the United States intervening in it as being allies with Taipei, Taiwan, So China is going to take some necessary strong measures on it. I don't know if it's going to be a military response or it's going to be a harsh economic response. So the tensions between China and the United States over the Taipei, Taiwan island thing is increasing now more than ever. The tensions are increasing at a good level now, high level now, So we'll see what happens in the next day or two or so, or longer than that. But hey, it shows you the nations rising against nations, which is recorded in the book of Matthew 24 and 6 through verse 7. Then the nations rise against nation, wars and rumors of wars definitely increasing more than ever, So with that, once again, I hope this lesson was edifying through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua. And first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Wakar double honors to the elders, apostles, great millstone, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And before I close out this lesson on this August the 2nd, 2022, on this Tuesday morning at 2:22 a.m. in the morning, on this Tuesday morning in the a.m., as I mentioned. So another thing I wanted to add it to was between the United States and China. I believe it was an article. It caught my eye. I didn't fully read the article, but it was saying about The United States is not going to be scared. They're not going to be bullied around. And they were saying Nancy Pelosi have every right to visit Taiwan Island. And then they're not going to be intimidated with the propaganda or the verbal assaults or warnings. So, hey, we're gonna see how it plays out. So, I just want to add that as well too. So the tensions between the United States and China is increasing more than ever, and we're seeing the signs of it increasing. So with that, I will say shalom and a ball.